does fit on there that way. Yeah. You got it figured out. Check it out, guys. I've been waiting for this day for a while, and we finally got it in. Brand new, hand-built, built to order, Lone Star Grillz offset smoker. This is a 40-inch offset pipe smoker that is built by Lone Star Grillz out in Willis, Texas. I have been interested in the Lone Star Grillz products for probably, I think it's been more than 2 years now, ever since I went and hung out with Russ Jones, and he was using his Lone Star Grillz offset smoker just like this. And I really appreciated the high quality of fabrication that these guys put into building this, this smoker right here. So I've been contemplating for a couple of years now on building one for myself, and I have the skills to do it. It's just finding the time to actually go out to the shop and actually build one for myself. And I kind of dedicate most of my time to doing the jobs, doing the projects, and the content creation. And I've really been wanting to get my hands in stick burning for a smoker. So I've been waiting around to the right opportunity, and I went ahead and called Lone Star Grillz and talked to them and got a price on one for the 40-inch model right here. And I went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered one. And it's just a really exciting time to be able to get this thing. Again, they do a great job on the fabrication end of this, and they actually have a lot of different products. They have different style smokers, they have charcoal grills, they have vertical smokers, and they have some other really nice products there. They got a great website if you go to it, and a YouTube channel showing all their different smokers and grills that they make. So we are going to, I'm going to get this moved over here into the carport and get it uncrated. I want to point out they did a really good job on crating this thing up. They used 2x4s and plywood, and it's all banded together. We inspected it. There was only the one hole right here where it looks like somebody stabbed it with a fork, but it didn't hit anything. There's nothing down there that low, so we didn't have any damage. This is the only spot on the whole crate. All right, they do a good job of crating it up. They labeled it, and I don't think we're gonna have any problems with this. So let me get it over here out of the sun. I'll start getting it uncrated, and once we do, we'll get to finally look at this thing. I tell you what, let's give it a peek, because you see I haven't even stuck my head in there yet. So let's give it a peek. I'm gonna go ahead and let's cut this plastic right here, and we'll let you take a look at it just like me for the first time right here. All right, there you go. That is looking nice. Looking real nice. It's all zip tied down there so it doesn't move around and rattle. But I mean, just right offhand, look, you don't see any ugly welds out here. They do a good job of putting all the weld seams to the inside. Everything looks good. I'm just looking at it right now initially. We've got some nice looking welds, and can you see this down here? Look at that.
What?
Look at that. Look at that.
I don't know
nice
if they can
touch.
see it, but that's awesome.
Yeah, we've got it tagged. We've got it tagged there. All right. Very cool. All right, let's go get it uncrated. go. I didn't notice the board had moved on me. All right. All right, we made it out here to the patio, safe and sound. We didn't have any problems. It is a little heavy. It's near 1,000 pounds on this thing, but with the big cashers there, it makes it moving it pretty easy. So I'm gonna give you a quick once over to show you what the smoker looks like, how it was fabricated, you know, how they built it, the components that came with it, and the options that I had opted for whenever I ordered it, because they have a lot of different things you can add to it if you want, you know, additional to the baseline of the smoker here. And also I think I'm going to end up leaving it sort of right here in this area where you know, I had my other grill right here, so I've got them all kind of spaced out now, and I think I'm going to put the you know, the Lone Star Grillz smoker right here in the middle. All right, so let's go ahead and give you a little closer look at it, since you haven't really seen it yet besides the outside. So we'll go ahead and start right here with the cook chamber. One of the options that I had requested was I wanted 2 temperature gauges on the lower grate, and then I wanted one on the top, you know, for the top of the chamber to see what the heat's at up here, because we got 2 chambers in there. So they can do that any way you want. Standard, it comes with one. I believe it comes like right in the middle there. So that was one of the options. Let's go ahead and look at this. Flip it up, and here it is on the inside. All right, the inside is still bare metal. We have to do our seasoning on it, which is going to be what we do before we even cook on the smoker. That's going to be a separate video there, but there's you a good look of what the inside looks like. You know, all steel fabricated, so they use angle iron. Looks like 1 inch by 1/8 angle iron, expanded metal for the cooking grate. All right. And then these can come out like that, or you know, if you want to do some tall pieces like turkey or anything tall, you can just take this guy right on out of there and just lean it up against the wall there and get it out of your way. They got these little angles welded here on the top just so that it keeps it from tilting out on you whenever you slide it back. All right, I'm gonna get in there. There is some surface rust on the inside because it wasn't treated. And I was going to mention that Chris says they use all new material when they build these things. So this is brand new 24-inch pipe, and then of course they cut it out there as needed for the smokers. So we got the bottom shelf in there as well. It slides out. I like that so that you can actually pull your meat out here, you know, and mess with it, check it, whatever you got to do, and then slide it right on back in there. All right. Went ahead and removed the 2 cooking grates so you can see what it looks like down inside here. So the smokers come with what they call tuning plates, which these are 1/4 inch thick pieces of plate steel that's been burned out, and they give you instructions on how to set these up, you know, right from the get-go, but you can adjust these however you need to. It's going to be something kind of like this right here, and what that's supposed to do is to be a little bit more like that. So your gap sort of opens up a little bit as you go out. It sort of evens out the temperature down here in the cooking chamber here. So get these, when we first start firing it up, we'll be monitoring and seeing where these are at, and we'll probably make us some marks here on the angle with the grinder or something so that we know where we want them at whenever we're doing our normal everyday low and slow cooks with it. All right, I'm gonna get in here and clean this out. It's got a little bit of surface rust on it right there, but the whole inside, every single thing on the inside of it, including the cooking grates and the smoke box, oh I'm sorry, the fire box, this is the smoke box here. I'm going to coat everything down with PAM, this stuff right here, or canola oil, but I'm just going to get some of this right here, this PAM. That's what they recommend, is to spray everything down on the inside with the canola oil, and then we got to do our first fire up and keep it low, below 250 degrees, so that we can set the paint. It needs to be set with that heat range, and also to season all the bare metal there as well. Okay, up here on the lid, this is a grease catch right here, this little lip that's welded on, so that whenever you flip your lid up like that, any condensation and grease that's up here doesn't run down onto your food there. Okay, so whenever you lower this back down, it'll just drip back down onto the side like so. So the front little shelf that comes on at standard is welded in place, and you can opt for the one that swings down, and that's what I have done. So what they do is they make up this little bracket system, weld on the hinges, and then you can swing this shelf down out of your way. I also had them add some hooks right here for, you know, utensils, wire brush, spatula, you know, anything, the tongs, so we can just hang those right there. All right, and then also down here at the bottom, we've got the ball valve that gets installed there, and then so that is so that you can drain the cook chamber there, because you actually add your water directly into the bottom of the unit right here, so you don't have to actually have like a pan or anything with water. You can actually just add the water to the smoke chamber here, and then whenever you're done, you can simply just drain it right there in the ball valve. And I may get some more fittings so that I can actually run this ball valve out the side and just go right into a bucket that way. Over here on the side, these are a couple of ports that they install there, and this is so that you can put your meat probes through here, your temperature gauges, you know, your wire probes. You can just take this plug out and run your wire right through there. I have an idea to actually make a nice little custom mod. Instead of using these standard pipe plugs right here, I may get me some stainless and actually machine them nicer, you know, just a more custom piece with a hole through it that's a smaller hole than the pipe size that the wire probe will go through there. Might be something that we play with later on. And then there's your smokestack. They put it right in the center of the pipe, right where it should be, right in the middle where all your meat's going to be cooking. And of course, this is how you adjust your vents up at the top. And they recommend that when you're doing low and slow, just have this thing wide open, and you just adjust the damper on the side of the firebox there. They do a nice job with their tag. There's their logo right there. Also, I love these tags, man. It's a nice little finishing touch. I did opt for the 8-inch casters. Standard is 5-inch, but I wanted to go ahead and get a little bit bigger wheel for these. It just makes it a little bit easier to move around. I had them add the pull handle right here, which makes it really nice so you can move it around. All right, on the back of it, this was another option I went for. This is that you can hang some you know, your accessories such as a brush. I actually got me one of the big Texas horseshoe brushes coming, and it'll hang right here. A fire poker, whatever, you can just put it right here on the back of the unit, or you can put it down there if you want to, but I wanted, you know, it's just a couple little brackets that they CNC cut out and weld on. So you know, just another little accessory that I had them do while they were building it. All right, this was a nice, I don't know if you saw that, they cut their logo out into the bottom right here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's come around here to the firebox, and we'll start right here at the top. So after this thing is properly cured, the paint has gone through its heat treating cycle, you can actually use this as a warming surface up here because your fire is going to be right there below it. So you can set whatever you want up there just to keep things warm. You can even preheat your wood up there if you want to. So if we open this up, this is actually a cooking griddle that you can use right here. So we got to get it good and cleaned and seasoned, and you can use this just to do, you know, whatever cooking you want right on top of your fire. All right, if you don't want to use this, check this out. You can take this guy out, and this is a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel. Everything on this is heavy duty. So let me move this out of the way. We're going to set it down right here. All right, and now you're looking down into the smoke box right here, or I keep calling it a smoke box because it's a fire box, but it comes with a one cooking grate in there, so you can actually do some charcoal grilling or direct cooking right here over your fire if you would like to. Notice the top flange, 1/4 inch thick steel. They did a nice job on the welding. This is all done with MIG welders, but they do a good job at it. It looks clean. All right, and then here's your side, you know, the door for the firebox. This is for your damper right here. So that's how you adjust your airflow to regulate your temperature. Here's the handle to open up the firebox. All right, and I'm gonna pull this out so I can show you what this is. It does come with a, oh, this is the one of the options that I had them do. I wanted the ash pan, which just fits in the bottom there. So it's all plasma cut, you know, CNC plasma cut, and they weld it together. 1/4 inch thick, nice and heavy duty. So you can just pull this right on out and then dump your ashes. And then of course there's your cooking grate. Let me pull this out so I can show you. So this guy right here is your charcoal basket. So you can, how I understand this, because I haven't actually used this style yet, you know, you can use this to build your fire right in there and do all of your smoking that you want to do. But you can also utilize this guy right here, and you can fill this up with charcoal, and it's sort of like the snake method of charcoal. So you've got these little plates that you stick in there. It's got expanded metal on the bottom, and you can fill this up with charcoal, light one side of it, and it'll slowly burn through all this charcoal. So if you want to do a long cook where you're not actually having to be out here and throwing a log on every hour or so, you can just light this thing, you know, put it in there, light it, and just let it go. So we'll have to play around and get familiar with this and how it works, and you know, all that good stuff there. So I'm excited about having that. This was an option that I went for because I wanted to be able to utilize that. From what I understand, you can if you got a big smoke that you want to do, you can do, like, say, the first few hours with the real wood. You know, once that burns down, go ahead and fill this up with your charcoal. Say if you're doing like a, you know, 12-hour smoke, put this in there, light it on one side, and just let it go all night long, with the heat source being from the actual you know, the charcoal basket right there. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to trying that out. So your fire plate right here, here's the fire plate, cut out of 1/2 inch thick steel. It's plasma cut out, real nice job there. Nice and heavy duty, so this thing will last a very long time. But all of this stuff like this, you know, if you happen to, years down the road, and this thing is starting to burn out or whatever, maybe you don't like it, you can always have them make you these pieces to put back in there if you ever need that. So that's pretty cool. You know, you can put this thing, let me see, you can put the cooking grate there, or you can put it down here if you would like as well, if you want a little bit lower to your fire. So we definitely have a nice versatile firebox here on this side that you can use as a grill if you want to, you know, moving this stuff around. You got a griddle on the top, you can take this out and just directly cook right on top like that. Very cool. Firebox is made from new steel 1/4 inch plate that they cut and then break and welded up. And another option for these is they will build these out of 1/2-inch steel as well. So same thickness as the fire plate right there. They will build this firebox out for you. All of the handles here are made out of stainless steel. This is actual stainless, not chrome plated steel. There's your damper. I don't know if I had showed you that. This is how the damper works on it right there. Okay, I think we're getting about to the end of our little overview of it. And of course, this was another option there on the front. They will put whatever logo you want on the very front of that. They cut that out of stainless steel. So I sent them my art file, and they cut it out, riveted it on there. Looks really good. It's a nice finishing touch. A lot of space on there for your personal logos. If you got a barbecue channel or whatever, YouTube channel, put your logo right there on the front. So the last thing here is the hinges. Let me see if I can get you a little light there. Yeah. So these are all machined out, these hinges right here, and they've got holes in here that you can so you can spray your oil up in there to keep them greased, you know, keep them oiled. Same thing with these hinges here. You can drop you some oil down in there, keep those things nice and lubricated. This is the stop for the lid right here, so that whenever you pick this up, this stops right there and holds it up. I did forget to mention the hinges here for the cooking chamber lid. They weld an extra plate in the center right here that serves as a stop on these hinges. So when you lift it up, it just hits right in the center there and stops it. All right, I think that's about it. I think I've covered most everything. I am very excited to have it. It's going to look pretty good right here. I have been checking some of the local sources on the firewood. You might have watched a recent video I did on pecan wood harvesting. Fernando's got plenty of that out there at his farm, and I can go get as much as I want. But I did some searching on the local marketplace here, and I actually found several people that already cut and split pecan wood and oak wood, and it's very affordable. I've seen the whole truckload anywhere from $100 to $200. So I think that's going to be the way to go, instead of worrying about finding a log splitter right now anyway. And I think I can just support the local economy by having these guys that cut and split wood just bring me a truckload, and I'll help them. We'll get unloaded out here, and we'll have us a nice stack. I'm probably going to use this area right here. You know, this is the wood that I got. You saw me. So we'll probably just keep stacking it up right here. Maybe even right over here. I might just clean this area out and have me a nice stack of wood right there as well. Well, I think that's going to be about it for today's video. I wanted to show the unveil, you know, unloading it, uncrating it, getting it back here, and then showing you what it looks like up close for the very first time. So when we come back for the next video, what I would like to do is go ahead and show you how to set the paint and how to get it seasoned. I've been reading the instructions. That's the one thing I did forget. They did give me instructions. They were inside the smoke chamber here, but I took them inside and I was reading them last night. But they do give you all the instructions. So they recommend that you start a small fire in the firebox here, and you get it maintained up to about 225 to 250, and you run it that way for approximately 6 hours. And that will set this high heat paint that they spray on here, and also all the bare metal inside. It'll help season that, you know, with the canola oil on there. And then once we get that done, then I'll start focusing on you know, having a nice fire management right here, and we'll start cooking some barbecue. Maybe start with some chicken or some turkey, maybe even some ribs, you know. I'm really looking forward to this. And this unit right here is going to be more than just for my one night cooks. You know, I'm planning on, whenever I do some smoking on this thing, I want to do it for other family members or other friends. You know, put more than just one chicken on there. I might have 4 chickens on there. I might have 2 turkeys on there, or several slabs of ribs, and share this, you know, with my family and my friends whenever I do this. It's just something that I enjoy. It is a hobby for me. I love grilling, smoking, I love barbecue, and I always love trying to learn more about it. And that's one of the reasons why I went with this. I had been wanting to build one for years, and I just haven't ever taken the time to build one. And I really appreciate the quality that Lone Star puts into their products here, especially after watching Russ Jones use his for the last couple of years. I really like him, so that's why I opted to go this way. So they build a fine product. Check them out, Lone Star Grillz. They build offset smokers, they build vertical smokers, they even build Santa Maria grills, and they've got, I think I said charcoal grills. They have fire pits. They have several different things that you can pick from their product line over there, and they'll customize it any way you want to. So all hand built right there in Willis, Texas, and I'm gonna really enjoy having mine. So anyway, that's gonna be about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you on the next video.